Greetings, my worthy adversary. It has been some time since last I was blessed with seeing you in the flesh. I remember that occasion being far more admirable than our current meeting. However, some unpleasantries cannot be avoided. I assure you, it brings me no joy to march into your very own throne room and announce myself victor over your lands. You have fought valiantly for longer than I anticipated, considering the sheer difference in numbers between our armies, just as a strong queen should. I cannot recall a time when a country your size held back such forces for so long. However, here we are. We must negotiate the terms of your surrender. I wish I could say I've never contemplated facing down someone I've known since childhood. But we were both raised to be leaders, defenders, or conquerors, rather than friends. Not that our training kept us from becoming such. Does it not seem a lifetime ago that we were pitting our little tin soldiers against each other? Just two children, mounting defenses or launching attacks amongst the weeds and rocks beyond the walls of my father's castle. How clever we thought ourselves, supposedly evading the tutors to do as we wished. Yet how foolish we were. Even the games we thought an escape were not but practice and strategy, seamlessly trained into us. Such a brilliant method of bringing up royal children, if a touch manipulative. No, I doubt either of us would deny its usefulness in the end. Even at that age, you had a cunning edge to your battle plans. How many times did I lose to you over the years? Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you view the matter, I have won this day. And I am afraid that the stakes are far greater than a score of tin soldiers. From the moment I was made aware of your alliance, I feared the day would come. I had no wish or intention of invading your country, but I feared that I would be required to at some point, as you were allied with the Eastern Realm. I am aware that it is an old alliance. Your own affairs have little to do with the tyrannical control that the ruling authorities of the East abused over their people. However, intentions mean nothing when war defines enemies by loyalties and alliances. I avoided striking blows with your own armies until the last possible moment, when it was clear that you had sent aid to the Easterners. You are far more stubborn than I had assumed. I thought once the eastern walls fell and we flooded in to rid the bordering country of its rampant corruption and poverty, then you would declare yourselves neutral in the fight. Or at the very least, break off your allegiance so there would be no cause to bring the war to your doorstep. While it pained me to use wave after wave of troops to wear you down, I was also constantly impressed by the tenacity of your own soldiers. Never have I witnessed such fearless battling. Even the unconventional strategies one might call playing dirty were still quite admirable. Any other king might have charged in rage on more than one occasion, but I found myself more amused at your ingenuity than angry at your victories. I confess, I found myself grinning more than once when you battled us one way or another with smoke and mirror tactics. You managed to preserve as many lives as possible on both sides of the field. It confounded me all the more to think that with that mentality, you would not end this fighting sooner. No, I understand your fierce protection of your independence. I do not believe it should come at the cost of your best interest. It brings me no pleasure to think on how many have lost their lives. Instead, I turn my sight to the future and what we might be in relation to each other. Your people are suffering from this war. It was thrusted upon them with such little warning, due to your neighbors calling for aid. And now they are left in desperate need of support. Even were I to retreat and pull all of my forces from your land, to whom would you look for relief? Restructuring the Eastern Realm will take time, and even if you could afford to wait, it is now in the hands of my country. Your alliance with them is no more, which is why, rather than setting my flag immediately upon your battlements and declaring your conquered land, I propose an alternative. Will you hear me out, my queen? Through all of this unpleasant business, my darling, I have never lost my admiration for you. If anything, it has only grown by seeing your sharp mind and cunning plans in action upon the field. I have not seen the likes of it before. Even in the archives of history, I cannot recall a country of your limited resources fend off an army such as mine for so long with so few casualties, both among soldiers and civilians. I consider you a formidable opponent who would be far more valuable as an ally than a plot of expanded land. I would have you become our allies, just as you were with the Eastern Realm, as we have taken the power from the tyrants, and we will seek to find friends amongst those they have caused to suffer. You and your country are among that number. Furthermore, I would suggest a union between our two countries, by which the best course for doing so is through marriage. I could understand if you look upon this offer with confusion or wariness. However, I ask that you hear me out. This dreadful war aside, have we not flirted with the notion before? Have we not partnered in so many ventures over the years for the good of our country and enjoyed doing so? Correct me if I'm mistaken, but you cannot have wanted this war any more than I did. It was never my hope to crush you for our own expansion or gain. Neither was it yours to defend the tyranny of your allies. Yet you carried out your duty-bound deeds to the letter and are now, in a sense, free of that commitment. You can proudly declare that you have exhausted every effort. And at this stage, would a union between us truly be so dreadful? My darling, just think of what a noble pair we would make. You were always blessed with beauty in equal measure to your mind. And as I've said, your intelligence is quite vast. It is no wonder that you are known as the treasured leader when the people see your wise deeds and graceful appearance together in one queen. I am humbled to be standing here before you at this very moment. It is an uncanny set of political circumstances that has brought us to this point, yet it has not changed the warmth of my regard. It may be crass to express it this way, but seeing you in action, as it were, beyond the realm of our old childish game, and in the true field, has only solidified my fondness. Were you my spouse, I would greatly value your counsel and support. In return, you would have access to every resource I can offer for your people and for yourself. I would ask nothing of you but your continued friendship, should that be your desire. A marriage in name alone is still the strongest form of unification. No, I would hope that in your heart there may be some flutters of affection for me as well. Or have I read wrong the signs you have given me in the past? Or dare I hope that something as devastating as this war has not entirely decimated our chances for finding happiness in each other? I assure you that I am in earnest. Why else would I kneel before my conquered opponent? I ask upon my bended knee, will you please consent to marrying into my family and uniting our countries as allies? I can promise you all the support for your country and love for your person. What say you, my queen?